Oh, there we go. Okay. Hello. Let me lower the volume of the music a little bit. Hello chat. Is anyone here? Can anyone hear me? Oh. Think nobody's watching. Oh. It's okay though. I'm still doing the lecture anyway, so just gonna wait for more people to show up. I hope someone shows up. Oh, there we go. There's someone. Hello. Starting like 5 minutes early. So if you're watching this in the future, just skip like 5 minutes into the stream and I'll probably starting at that point. Hello chat. Please complain about the volume. Is it okay? I really need to know. Let me get comfy here. I'm not comfy. I need to get comfy. Hey, just another thing real quick. Please talk in the chat in English. I'm gonna be talking the whole stream in English, and everyone in the chat is also talking English, so try not to speak in other language. Okay. Alright, let's just wait like 2 more minutes and we'll begin. Today we're doing a thing in Worlds. One more thing. And let's see. Ben, I already showed you guys the playlist in the last stream, but this is I believe the Afterburner remix in Bayonetta. So yeah, there's a couple of Sega remixes in Bayonetta 1, and this is one of the best ones. It's pretty great. Afterburner Climax Mix. I'm here to kill you. You guys like voices? You guys like voices, kids? Alright. One more minute and I'm gonna start the tutorial. I know I stream like the worst fucking times in existence. Good morning. Been awake since like 2 AM. It's like 10 o'clock now. Have like the weirdest sleep schedules. Oh boy. Alright. It's probably just about time to begin. Anyway, just a little bit, and we'll be doing it. Oh no! What's happening? My monitor went like black for a while. Okay, hold on. Can you guys still see the stream? Is it working? Please. Let me share this around a little bit. Alright. Alright, let me share this screen somewhere else. gonna get in there. Alright, I think this is right. I think this is enough. It's not gonna be an original character, it's just gonna be Sonic. But it's technically a new character in the sense that it's a whole new sprite sheet for Sonic, and it's just a different character number in worlds. Okay, let's get this shit rolling, you bitches. Was that too loud? I hope it was. Alright, so here we go. Let's open up a fresh copy of Not So Simple Sonic Worlds. We're gonna be using Not So Simple for this one as well, just like the last tutorial. Okay, so from now on, I already covered the basics in the last episode, last stream. But in this stream, what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm gonna be covering things in a little bit more depth, and we're gonna be following the thing that I wanted to do from the start, which is basically introduce you to the basics and then teach you how to make a character. And by making a character, we have to go through like almost every single group in Sonic Worlds and like do things on those groups. And this will teach you a lot about how the characters themselves, the character skins, which are those things, by the way. Those are character skins, so they just have a whole bunch of frames of animation in them, as you can see over here. Right? Running. There's Sonic running. Looks slow, yeah, but that's fine. I'll teach you why this is super slow over here, and why the lower speed is 10 and the higher speed is 10. It doesn't make much sense, but as I said in the last video, keep those speeds the same. And I'm gonna be teaching you how to make that, and then we're gonna be adding some extra moves to our character. Those moves are gonna be completely custom, something that's not really in Worlds. And then after that, we're gonna be making a level around that character and all the things that are around that stage. And after that stage is done, I'm gonna be releasing a new version of Not So Simple Worlds, just called Not So Simple Worlds Plus, which has the things that have been taught and made during this tutorial series. So technically, the things that I'm gonna be doing here right now are probably going to be public, right? All right, okay. Oh, you're in school? Well, no, this is the real school right here. Anyways, so to get started, first of all, okay, so here we got character skins. Right, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see them, right? We can see Sonic, Tails, and a little fun fact about Tails, the tail itself is a different skin that we put on top of it. And we're gonna be making a new character. Another fun little fact that Super Sonic, unlike in regular Sonic Worlds, every other version of Worlds is different from this one, in the sense that Super Sonic is different in those engines. Super Sonic in this version of Worlds is a different character, just like all of the other characters. He's just a different character. So basically, you can just like switch to, if you want Sonic to go super, all you do is that you switch characters. And it's really easy to switch characters in the code. Unlike actually making the character go super, which was a variable that would like trigger and then the character would gain super form. Right, I'm not really sure if Super Tails and Super Knuckles still exist in this engine. I might have removed them, but maybe they are still here. Fact is though, no games even get to where the character goes super, so if we wouldn't really make a Super Tails and Super Knuckles, you might do it in the same way that is making Super Sonic. But anyways, okay, we're gonna start by doing a simple thing. We're gonna get player skin Sonic, we're gonna right click it, and we're gonna clone the damn thing. And whatever it is over here, I just click OK. There, we got a new one. It's a second Sonic. As you can see, there's a little 2 in the name. There's a 2 over there. Can you see the 2? Right, but we're gonna rename the thing. I'll call it Sonic EX. Now I could just move this to whatever we want it to be. I don't want it to stay over here. I just want to put it somewhere else, like over here. Right. Oh god, there's an empty object on top of it. Might not be a good idea. Okay, over here should do the job. Right. Okay, so we have Sonic EX over here, and what we're gonna do is that we're going to get a sprite sheet that was just found on the internet, and which is made by Shims. It's a classic Sonic sprite sheet, and we're gonna replace this Sonic with that sprite sheet. So let's just go ahead and do that. First of all, you can select several frames, delete these, delete all of it, and here we have just this. So first of all, what you do is that you copy and paste this frame so you don't lose it. You want to keep one of the frames of the original one, because remember the little eye? Well, it has a specific point at which your character actually it's already tweaked, so our character doesn't like clip into the ground, like a couple of pixels into the ground. It's already at the right place, and we're gonna use this sprite as a reference to get our regular character in the right position. So okay, so here we go. We're gonna import it. Oh man, where did I put it? Alright, it's probably put it somewhere. Is it in reference? Okay, hold on. I need to check this out on another monitor. Just need to find where I put the sprite sheet. It's kind of a fader on my part, to be honest. Sorry for that. I'm a fucking dumbass. Where is it? Oh my god. We're gonna have to find it again. I'm gonna have to do that, aren't I? Ah. I swear to fucking god it was right here. Yep, I'm gonna have to find it again, so hold on a second. I'm just going to Google. I should be able to find it very easily. There we go. I'm just gonna put it in reference. There we go. So, oh whoops. Okay, so you're going to this button over here. Probably didn't really say anything. You're going to the import button, which is the open button pretty much. And you just go ahead and select your little sheet. And this is the sheet we're gonna be using. It's actually pretty neat. And okay, so I'm not really used to doing most things inside of Qt Fusion. And well, it's gonna be kind of new for me to do that. But okay, so here we go. There's a transparent color, and if you remember the last time, we can choose one color to set it as the transparency of an image, instead of using a alpha channel like most PNG images. And okay, so we're just gonna pick, and we're gonna select the color of the background. Right. You can also import as animation, which is really good for when you are when you're working with Photoshop. When you're working with Photoshop, one good thing you can do is that you can basically like make all of your frames in Photoshop and then export them as frame 1, 2, 3, and 4, and exactly on that order. And then Qt Fusion is going to import that animation in that order you make by looking at those 0, 1, 2, and 3 numbers, which I believe you have to put at the end of the name of the file. So, oh, there's sprite sheet block size in that. Okay, so we're gonna use the crop image thing, which basically just grabs a whole bunch of sprites, I think. Does it? It should. Oh, import selection, of course. Okay, we really don't need all of those, but I guess I'm gonna grab all of them. It's fine. God, this is the wrong way of doing this. I'm not used to doing this in Qt Fusion. I usually do this in Photoshop. Alright. Okay. And here we have it. Thankfully we still have our Sonic sprite, and as you can see over here, you can actually see that it's all white for some reason. And the reason why is because this image is quite large. So it's showing a thumbnail of this image right down here, but because this image is so large, this one's also scaled in comparison, and so it appears super small. But okay, so let's copy this one as well. For some reason that color wasn't set as the transparent color. Oh, right, we just need to change it. Okay, so if it doesn't show up as transparent with this background, we just need to change it from alpha channel to transparent color. And this is gonna happen sometimes. So go make sure you click on the transparency bit, and then you change it to it. Also, Classic Cellmania, you should do special stages in the next stream. Not really. Special stages are, if you want to do the half pipe, give up. Not on Quick Team Fusion, baby. That shit's gonna be fucking insane for you to do it over here. But if you want to do blue spheres, that's gonna be fucking hard too. So might as well not. In the Sonic 1 special stage as well, that's outright impossible. Because unfortunately there's no way to rotate an object around the player character. It's just not possible to do that. Unless you use some advanced math, and if you try to use advanced math here, it's not gonna work. Special stages are very tricky in Quick Team Fusion, if you don't get what I'm saying. It's complicated. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on the characters and the gameplay and just basic Sonic World stuff. Okay, so we copy this frame. Let me copy it again. And what we're gonna do is that we can just select a bit of it that has one sprite, and then I click the crop button, and it crops. Fucking great. And then I click crop again, and there's Sonic. Cropped and set. Alright, so this thing, I don't want to really lose it, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go to this thing, the arrows, the directional arrows, and I'm gonna go to up and paste it over here, just so we don't lose it, it stays there. Right, now we need to position the eye thing, the hotspot. We need to position it well in the image, so much so that it fits where our character is. And one trick I have to do this, because this thing is gray. The bottom lines of the shoes are kind of grayish. It's supposed to be black, but it's kind of like a grayish green, I think. There you see, it's on the green. If you saturate it, it becomes green. It's kind of weird, but okay. We're gonna. What I do is that I paint this region pink, and then I change the animation speed to 99, and I make it loop. We need to check the loop, and then I play it. And it's kind of hard to see, but they're like phasing in and out of each other. It's probably hard to see it in the animation, but what you're gonna do is look really, really close and try your best to line those sprites up. And you see this thing? Probably already is lined up. If your character clips in the game, as in, okay, we can also color this pink as well, just so it shows up right. Right, now I can see that the pink lines, I probably can't see it on the video because it's really small, but they are overlapping each other. That means we got the position roughly right. I need to reposition this left a little bit. Yeah, seems like it works. Okay, now we can delete this because it's working and color this region what it was before, so we don't lose anything. Now that we have everything, another thing we can do is just get this thing, put it over here. And now we do the same thing for all those. What about a 2D version of Mania special stages? I done that, and after the sequel went away, it's not worth it. I don't think it is anyways. Maybe we can do it, but special stages should not be your whatever the name. God, there's this itching inside my mouth. I hate it. But it shouldn't be your priority, because like most people aren't even gonna find them or gonna play them, and you're probably not gonna get past the demo stage of your game. Like, give priority to finishing the game before making special stages. The thing you gotta get right is just game. Make game, and then you make extras. Special stages are extras. They're bonuses. We're focusing on the main stuff over here. Okay, let me copy this over and over again. God, this itching! It's an itch inside of my mouth. I cannot touch it. I hate it. Oh. Alright, let me crop all of them. And this is, if this is monotonous, that's because it is monotonous. It's fucking boring as shit. Right? Okay. You know what? Fuck all those other frames. I'm just gonna do the main ones. This is enough. Okay, let me crop everything again. There we go. Now we need to position the hotspot. Okay, so it's around the belly of our main character over there. If you just click on the eye and then click on the button right next to it, you can see where it is exactly, because it's kind of hard to see. But it's this point, because it's hard to tell where it is, because it technically just inverts the color around it. So it's really weird, but it's this pixel around the belly. So technically, if I put it over here, it stays in averagely the same place. Okay, it's hard to see now. The Sonic go down by 1 pixel. See that his feet go up by 1 pixel? That means we need to place this thing 1 pixel up, so it stays mostly in the same place. Right. So if you do the animation real quick, if you look really close, which you really can, unfortunately I don't think you can zoom in, but oh god, we can see that it looks lined up. If you look at Sonic's shoe here, for example, for all frames it looks like it's roughly in the same position. I know it looks pretty weird so far, but let's change the speed back to 10. Oh, whoops, press enter. Now, to make this animation happen, this is a very hacky way of doing it. Technically we shouldn't be doing it this way, because Team Fusion doesn't really compress the sprites. If you actually are able to export everything out of the exe, you'll see that like an idle animation just saves all the frames, separate images. For example, we're gonna do this: Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy and paste. There we go. See, there's a whole bunch of samey Sonics. Well, those don't really become different frames, and those don't really become like one frame that's compressed into one. No, it's several different images. It's a kind of a hacky way of doing it. That's how Worlds does it by default. But still, okay, so it's animation. This animation specifically loops on frame 18. So you gotta keep that in mind, because when you go over here, we put it over to 18. Now we watch. And there we go. We got our little classic Sonic tapping his feet. So I'm gonna copy and paste this here. And now that it's pasted on the other side, one way of flipping it is just by selecting all of them, flip horizontally. Now you got Sonic tapping his feet on the other side. Nice. Alright, don't forget to click OK after you've done everything, because or else it just won't save it. Just do that. Right, I'm gonna click OK, and I'm also going to save. I'm gonna go and save as, and I'm gonna save in not so simple plus. It's a simple worlds plus. Right, now wait for it to save. Long projects, by the way, can take fucking forever to save, so don't be surprised when that happens. Right. Time to do the walking animation. By the way, I'm just gonna leave this here, just in case we need it. And someone can use it for something else too. If you really want to add this animation later on, one thing that you can do is just go back in this specific animation, copy and paste those 2 frames several times, and then do that a little animation. That's it. It's actually pretty simple. And then the animation will just loop back to frame 18. Don't forget to copy and paste it into the other direction as well. So here we go. Walking. Oh boy, walking is complicated, because everyone gets it wrong. Everyone, and it sucks. Oh, look at that, there's another copy of it down there for some reason. But that's good. It's not too bad. Alright. I'm gonna delete this. Delete all of them. I'm gonna be making the pink line there too. 'Cause this one's fucking complicated. Walking animations get complicated. Let me make it a little bit more fancy. Just so we know where we are. Alright, copy this just so we don't lose it, because a lot of the times when you import a new image, it replaces the image you had previously selected. That's why I make a clone of it. Alright, here's the Sonic sprite sheet. Right, so we need a walking animation. So we can use the Sonic 2 animation, or we can use the Sonic 1 animation, or we can use the Sonic 4 animation. So, chat, which animation should we use? 1, 2, or 4? I'm gonna go with like 1 or 2, but no, I'm not going with 4, even if you guys choose it. 1 or 2? Walkie animation from Sonic 1 or Sonic 2? Come on. Anybody? Man, this is so sad. This is so sad. I fucking knew everyone's gonna choose Sonic 4. One guy said 2. One guy said 2. That's the running animation, by the way. That's not walking. Well, the animation in Sonic 2 is the same one as in Sonic 3, so just the animation, the sprite itself is different, but the animation itself is the same. Right, import selection, selecting the Sonic 2 sprite, and click OK. And I got it. There we go. There's a little animation. I have the sprite over there. As you can see, this sprite is the exact same as this one. Let's check it out. Exact same. Even though the sprite's different, the animation is the same. Anyways, let me copy this thing right over here. Yeah, I forgot. Again, transparent color. Yes. Don't forget to select transparent color as well. In this case, it was already selected for us. But let's go for the first frame. First of all, let me copy this. Several times, in fact. No, I think only once we do. Because we need to get the point right. Right, select this, and then this again. You gotta unselect it, or else it's not gonna work. Okay, so these two animations are very similar and pretty much almost the same height, I would say. If you click on this button over here, the little arrow actually shows you the size of the image. So we can tell, yeah, they both have the same height. Almost exactly. So the position of the hotspot, the little eye, is around the same place. And in this case, the pixel is this little pixel in the Lego right over here. Right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of the joint. So if you play this, it looks pretty much in there. Right, now it's time to do the others. And here's a little thing with a walkie animation. Look at this. I'm gonna draw a little line over here. I just drew a little line on the ground for where the feet touched. Most people, when they do walkie animations, they fuck it up. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna assume that the sprite itself is actually right in the way that it does the animation. No, it's not right. Unfortunately, it's not. The guy didn't line up right, because here you see Sonic touches the ground, but not over here, where he's supposed to be touching the ground. So even the guy who made this sheet got it wrong. But the fact is, when Sonic jogs around and walks around, you see that he's pulling himself over here. That means in this frame, this shoe needs to be off the ground. He needs to move up a little bit. And then, as he's falling down, he puts this feet in front of himself, and then in the next frame, the feet is already on the ground. See what's happening here? The same for here, basically. And it's like, in this frame, it's like he's preparing for the fall, and then he fell. He hit the feet on the ground, and now the feet that fell on the ground it's pushing the ground backwards. Now this feet is over here, and then he moves away that feet from the ground, doesn't he? If he's like, it's like a jump, but you do it with one leg. That's how walking is. It's basically jumping with both legs. It's a controlled fall. It's a controlled hopping. It doesn't go as far to become a hop. Okay. Let's go for it. Let's go for the second one. This one is on the ground as well, so you need to make sure it lines up with this one. So we need to add a little pink in there. Let's add a little pink. I don't really often use the pink. I'm just doing it so I can show you guys exactly how you can figure this out on your own. The pink is really useful. Okay, so probably need to increase the animation speed. You can increase it to like 99 or 90 or something like that. And okay, is it synced? Seems a little bit off. Okay, one thing you can do, which is fun, you just leave it on the side, you click on this frame. I think you can change frames, but you can change hotspot position. Just check that shit out. Check it over there, you can actually see it moving. So one thing you can do is just position it by ourselves until we get it right. It doesn't have to be over here, it could be like over here. Right, I think we're gonna be able to see if it works better later on after this. After we just get everything synced. I mean, let me actually change this into transparent. This one over here. Now we're gonna copy this frame. Right over here. Man, we're gonna be doing this for all of Sonic's animations, just imagine it. Alright, so this thing, doing the pink thing isn't really gonna work because it's supposed to be off the ground, the pink's supposed to be down there. So we're not gonna really do that. You're gonna be just placing this thing somewhere where it reasonably makes sense. Okay, I might as well just lower the speed. 50 should be enough. And you can look over there, it's starting to take shape. So after this one, we got the one where the feet is falling towards the ground. And I think the Sonic walk cycle itself is actually a pretty good basis for a walk cycle. It looks odd when you actually look at it, but it makes a degree of sense, and it's kind of interesting. See this, when you move with each frame, you can actually see the hotspots are positioned very differently. The hotspots don't change all that much as you move, depending on the animation. Okay. And by the way, getting the animation right is a very important thing of a Sonic game. Because what you do, like for most part of your Sonic game, well, you run and jump. So you gotta get that stuff right. I'm gonna be looking at your character being animated in the wrong way throughout the entire game. Get this shit right, it's important. Wait, did I just do the same sprite? God damn it. Really? Did I do that? Oh. Okay, it's this one now. Fun little fact about most of Sonic's running animation, it only uses 2 heads. They only actually have to draw 2 heads for Sonic. This is the second head and this is the first head. That's it. Alright, you can see those sprites, those things exactly the same size. So the position of the hotspot should probably be the same. We can do this by copying and pasting the X and Y positions. And it'll be in the right place. For the most part. Right. Man, this itching. I want to talk, but I can't. What did I do? Oh, that's why. Okay, next frame. Sonic lands on the ground and now his feet's rising up again. It's very monotonous, as I said before. Kind of goes with the thing. Welcome to making Sonic fan games. Some things never change. Right? Checking between both of them. They seem to be almost the exact same place, but don't seem to be quite right. Since the sprite moves up 1 pixel, maybe we should move it down 1 pixel. That's what I'm seeing from over here. Some people might be thinking that this is a little bit pedantic, but no, it's pretty damn important. And last one is this one. I'm already losing track of it. It's just how weird and monotonous this is. How many times did I say monotonous? Keep a counter. Someone make a counter. No, don't do it. It's too much labor. Wouldn't put this amount of stress in someone. Let me see how it's working. Yo, check it out. It's kind of okay so far. Not amazing though. Could be all off track. And by the way, a lot of times we won't really be able to tell if the animation is right up until we test it. That's why I like to import animation, because in Photoshop we can technically make animations and make GIFs in Photoshop. Not GIFs, but you can't really import GIFs, by the way, but you can make a timeline and then make several sprites in that timeline and then export it as an animation. And have everything already done for you. So you already know where the feed is because you did that stuff in Photoshop. Or you drew all the sprites on your own in Photoshop. That's a thing. Okay. Is this right? I fucking hope this is right. Oh, I don't even know anymore. Really hard to tell. Probably only gonna be able to tell once you're getting a the Sonic sprite actually running around. But yeah, this is a lot of trial and error, by the way. You need to keep doing it till it feels right and you get it right. Okay, just do this. Okay. It feels like we didn't get any of the clean spots in the wrong places, but the head position might be. Because technically the head doesn't move all that much. For example, in this sprite and this sprite, the head roughly stays in the same horizontal, horizontal position as vertical. It changes vertically but not horizontally. So as you can see, it didn't really change the hotspot position. And in this case, does it move up? I don't think it does, but I think we might have moved it up. Not really. Oh well. Let me remove the paint things. You can just if you shift click on the transparency spot, your color becomes transparent. It just becomes transparency, and then you can just do this. And you can delete this one, by the way. It's gone now. You have a little walking cycle. Aren't we proud of ourselves, guys? No, we're not. Check it out. You can see Sonic running, and you can also see Sonic bopping his head up and down, which is a very crucial factor of a walking cycle. We move our heads up and down when we walk, and especially when we run. Like, she just moves around, you know, when you do that kind of stuff. And you can see over there Sonic is bopping his head up and down. That is a very important thing of a run cycle. Sonic moves his head up and down. Unless he's going really, really fast, then he doesn't. Then he kind of remains still because he's moving his head up and down really, really fast that it doesn't even matter, it doesn't even register, or he's not. Or I don't know what the other thing would be. There. Oh yeah, you can keep the preview on the side, but you cannot change frames. It's kind of a glitch, actually. It's probably a glitch. But don't tell Click Team, or else they will fix it. Alright, running animation time. As you can see, just check out Sonic's head. It's in the same position all the time. You probably already know what to do. This shit's easy as fuck. However, might be doing something a little bit different over here. Let's just go and import the thing. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to click OK so it saves, and you also save. Because if you lose all this progress, oh boy. And by the way, it can fuck it up. Just remember that, as I said in the last tutorial, ClickTeam saves a backup copy usually. It just rename that backup file to, instead of .001 to MFA. And it'll do the thing. Right. So, see this cool animation over here? Can we just use that one? We could just use that one, it looks cool. Or you can use the Sonic 4 one. Let's use the cool one instead. Let's do it. We could just use the running animation over here, this one, the regular one, which is much easier, but it's not as fun. No, I'm not doing Sonic 4. This is not a joke tutorial. Come on, guys. Alright, let me just copy and paste this over here. Okay. Let me add the pink line again, so we know where we are. Sonic 4 is edgier, but also dumber. Probably shouldn't do that. This isn't a joke tutorial, guys. This is a tutorial that it needs to make a product that you guys are gonna be able or want to use in the future. Because this Sonic sprite sheet's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. And you might want to use this for your own game in the future. So... Oh god! What happened? Oh, you can just press ESC and it closes. That's good. Usually you place it in the bottom half of Sonic's body, in the middle of the bottom half. Technically that's the center of gravity of Sonic's body. But that's usually where you place it. Okay, so X... I'm only changing X. Okay. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit. Just because this is gonna take fucking ever. This is a cool fucking animation though. It's right over here, just like that one. However, Sonic has his feet above the ground in this one, so I move it down a little bit. And... next one, Sonic's almost fully off the ground. Or pretty much fully off the ground. Did I crop this one? I didn't. Put it around here and put it down there so Sonic is up the ground. You see over there what's happening? Sonic kind of just pulls itself off. Maybe we shouldn't do it too much. Actually, there's gonna be a new mod dodge and I don't really care. I think those classic Sonic sprites by shims are pretty much good enough, I would say. They're good, just use them. Like, don't wait for a really big new project. Most spriting projects, most fan games, most any of those things never go anywhere. You just gotta keep that in mind. That shit barely goes anywhere most of the time. So you can't just wait for it. This is a little lesson for you guys. Most people don't really care. They're just like, I'm just gonna wait for those. Like, no. If you wait for those, nothing's gonna happen to your project ever because they're never gonna come out. That's just a fact. You can't trust it. That's okay though, because then you make more shit. All right, so let me test it. Does the pink line change? It might. It might be offset by 1 pixel, which is not good. Yeah, that's really hard to notice, but the pink line seems offset by 1 pixel. Which is kind of pedantic as fuck, but you know. No, it's offset by 2. What am I doing? Oh my god. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta get this shit right. No, it's right in there. No, I got it right. Just forget about it. Okay, let me check. I'm gonna use my finger for this one. Okay, so it's right over here, and then I move. Is it higher? Yes. There. Oh! Am I dead? Right. This thing is fucked. Now it's... Oh my god. I hate it. Yes, now it's right. Now it's right. Now it is. Finally right. Seems like a very fun process. It is, isn't it? Making a new character is a pain. Has always been. And by the way, every single power in Spark counts as a new character. There's like 15 of those. Not counting Fark. So imagine my frustration. That's why I'm teaching you how to do this, by the way, just because I got really good at it over time. I mean, really good is subjective, but still. And by the way, you have the colors over here. You can actually just double click the color over here, and then you go to standard or custom, and you can change any color you want. I personally don't like that color picker very much, but it's doable. Okay. So... Right, there's how many frames left? A whole fucking bunch. That's how much. I hope we can get through this today. I have to. Okay, so this frame, Sonic's a little bit above. They're almost exactly the same. What the fuck? Is this normal? Okay. So I'm gonna sync up those two. There's something wrong in there. Did it just use like the same frame? I might have. So this is the one where Sonic touches the ground. Like that. Okay. Just like that. Oh, so there's like only 3 more. Okay, I was fucking things up. Of course it looked the same. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm gonna make a petition to get 100 signs shall make after the trilogy. Dude, I'm not making a new Sonic game. I'm sorry. Sonic isn't my property. I can't. Even if you guys give me money. If you guys give me money, Sega's gonna fucking sue my shit. And by the way, I can't use that money for anything. I'm gonna have to return it. You guys got the Mania team. They can make a good Sonic game. Just let them do it. You're fine. It's like you guys want a new Sonic game from me, but there's like a new classic Sonic game out like right now. Ugh. Oh, that looks bad. Whatever, let me just finish all the frames. Share the pain with me, guys. What? Is it just me or is it just the same fucking frame? No, there's no way I got this wrong now. Alright, let me check. This frame? No, I got it wrong. Of course I got it wrong. Again! See how this shit is. I'm an amazing teacher and I just get shit wrong on stream. Imagine how developing Spark was. It's a fucking nightmare, that's why. But hey, it's probably easier than doing it in Unity. I mean, no, it's not really. I would just do this in Photoshop, which would be much easier. But a lot of people over here just ain't got Photoshop, so I might as well not do it like that. Good. Okay, this is another way you could do it, just by copy and pasting. This is like any other one of the frames, it's like this one. It only changes the feet position, so we can use that to our advantage. Just by copying the values. Now you get the fuck out. Look at Sonic jumping. That ain't look right. Okay, so let's increase the speed to 50, which is 30 FPS basically. Alright, now let me check the frames. Okay, so it ends in frame 9. Okay, this doesn't look that great. The things seem to line up well enough. But I need to adjust those specifically. Oh, of course, there's 2 of them. Why? Now it's a bit better, but Sonic lunges forward a little bit in a couple frames, so we need to tweak that a little bit. I think it's this one's fault. Or maybe it's this one. This should be mostly fine. Let me lower the speed a little bit again, just so we can identify the problematic frames and correct the position. Right, it's one frame. It's this one. Yeah, check this out. Now Sonic's head is mostly in the same position. And he just bops up and down. That's better. Don't forget, guys, I already made several Sonic fan games. They're still out there. We can go back and just play them again. Alright, there we go. We got a little sick-ass running animation. It's the same one I used in Chrono Adventure as well. I could technically just go and copy and paste that one, but I'm not gonna do that. It's not the same sprite too, it's a little bit different. Alright, again, click OK, so it saves. And now I save the game. Not the game, the project. But yeah, so I got running. Now, the disappearing animation, it's Sonic dying. Oh my god, couldn't be easier. Where's Sonic dying? God damn it. Well, whatever. I just imported the whole fucking sprite sheet for his death. There it is. You can just grab the damn thing. Transparent color. It has the old one saved. So just skips it. The oldie one. There we go. And check the position. It's on his deck. So just put it on his deck as well. Slow pixel deck. Let me draw a pixel deck for entertainment. No, let me add some shading on it. Nice. The fuck am I doing? Oh yeah, sometimes there's an issue where you might do something like this, and then you delete those two, and when you click play, your character is fucking gone. What the fuck happened? Well, it's because it's set to return to a frame that doesn't exist. So it's gonna bug out if you do that. So just turn it back to one. It's a little pro tip for you guys. Right, bouncing. Bouncing is drowning. What the fuck? Sheesh. Okay. Alright. Let me raise the music a little bit. No! Spark does not take place in the same before or after the sequel timeline. Everything that there is in Spark as a reference to those games is an Easter egg. Spark is its own thing. Can't fucking put her at the same timeline as my fan game. It's dumb. Right, jumping. It's a little fun fact about jumping. As you can see, there's like one ball sprite that's the same through all of those. And the fact is, those two sprites aren't just rotations. As you can see, you look at Sonic's feet. There's a difference in shading. So this one's gonna be a little bit tricky to do, but we can do it. So copy and paste this one. Look over here. And okay, no, not this. Okay. Now we got it. This one might be a little bit tricky. It's been a while since I did an animation like this. So as you can see, all of those have different shades in them. And I guess I'm gonna just get the ball first, which is the easiest part, really. And okay, we can use here one of the empty events as to our advantage by just getting this one and this one. Okay, if the music is too loud, you can just tell me about it. Now you have to put them in the same place. Those ball sprites are usually the same size, but you just gotta put them in the same average position. It's 15 and 15. It's minus. No, it's 15. And then, as you can see, both of them seem to sync up. The hotspot is in the same place almost. So we can just put those over here. Delete this one. Now we can just delete all the balls. All the blue balls. And Now I just place them over in those places. Now we have that little animation over there. Technically you can just keep it at this, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's get this ball sprite. Put them over here. Let's just do this in bulk. Just get all of them and just crop them already. This isn't really very hard. Sonic's ball jumping sprite is not it's not that varied in size for the most part, but then in a custom sprite or something a little bit different, it could be. Just make sure to line everything up, and you should be fine for the most part, anyways. Yeah, that one isn't exactly the same size as everything else, so things might be a little bit off base. Okay, this only has one ball sprite. Yeah, okay, so you check out the shine over there. It seems like some frames it goes a little bit off, so you might need to change a couple things. Okay. Usually this shine position needs to be the same almost. So you can see that the shine goes this direction one pixel, so technically do this. No, okay, so see where this edge over here of the hotspot lines up over there? You can line it up with this one. Now it looks like a thing. Let's line it up with the thing. Sometimes it's not really there, so we're gonna have to improvise. Let's try to place it in like a roughly same position. Alright, let me test it. Could be wrong, but for the most part it's working. There we go. Got a little Sonic spinning. If we put this on maximum, we can see how it looks. There we go. Usually the shine should be the same position, but it's offset a little bit at some point. And one frame specifically does that. I need to know which one. I guess it's not doing it. Huh. This is just me. I'm being a fag. Anyways, paste it. And then paste it over here. Select all of them. Flip horizontally. Hells yeah. Now save. Am I playing the music in order? Yeah. It is Kirby music, by the way. And I probably used it as a placeholder song for one of my Sonic games. Shit's still with me, even after fucking 7 years. I still love it. Oh, check it out. It's the animation of getting hurt. Okay. Just go ahead and do it. Just need to find where it is. Alright. This should be it. Not them. I don't want to make this a work stream specifically. This is technically supposed to be a tutorial, but since I have to make all of them, and I have to make this thing complete, it's just kind of how it's gonna be. Fun fact, this song we're hearing in the background right now was the placeholder for Foliage Fern Insects 2, or as some people know as Smokey Bear Says. Oh yeah, you can also move it. Some people really hate the song. It's from a Kirby game too. Don't forget this thing. You deleted every fucking sprite, so you should probably know by this point. This one you don't really need to get it like super right, but just put it in a roughly similar position. I should be getting it right. It doesn't really matter all that much. No one's really gonna care if Sonic's starting sprite is all that different. Oh yeah, you can also copy and paste the arrow itself, like this. Create rotated directions. Never used this. Or create opposite directions. Technically, you can just do that. No, don't do it. Just do the traditional way. You never know when this thing will break. Alright, crouching now animation. So we need the first one as a base, and then we do it. Alright. Oh man, I could have used this sprite as the idol. That looks cool. You know what? I'm gonna use that one. Okay, so where's the crouching? No, this is not crouching. So... Wait, does it not have crouching? Am I missing something? Oh no, there it is. Whew. It's very, like, nerve-wracking when you have a sprite sheet and then suddenly it just misses one crucial animation. It's always there and it just misses it. Boy, okay, let me check one thing real quick. Okay. Well, here we go with some wonderful 101 music. Crouching animations are usually pretty tricky in my opinion. I'm not gonna be using this one. You gotta make it synced with this sprite, with the main one. Or else it's just gonna look really weird, and a lot of games get this wrong. See over there? Check it out, check Sonic just bopping up and down. In fact, I'm gonna put this frame over here while I edit it. Okay, this one, let it loop. It's 1 pixel. Yeah, now it's a lot better. You also gotta keep in mind the shoes themselves. They also need to line up. This one still seems to line up, so it's fine. Okay. This is one of the sprites where we can actually do this, so we can sync things up. Oh yeah, nice. I wish I could do this for like every little thing. Technically we can, but... Okay, this animation has to loop back to the second frame, which is the frame where Sonic just is on the ground. Like that. And by the way, those frames that we're leaving behind, don't really make all that big deal of them. To be honest, space, when it comes to sprites so small as this or those, they're not that big of a deal. They don't really consume that much data, so... It's really rare to see a Multimedia Fusion 2 game go above like 200 megabytes, for example. I think even Spark and Freedom Planet are around that size, like even after the sequel, which is like technically bigger than Spark in the sense that it just has a shit ton of stages and like every stage has its own musical track. Perizone got like 3 or 4 different tracks, and it's still mostly around the same size. We can also compress it. Right, looking up animation, just like before. Grab this one. And by the way, the names, they don't exactly match to how the animation is, but that's fine because ClickTeam has like a whole bunch of like default animation names and you can't really change them. You can't really rename them, as you can see. Crouch down, in this case for example, you can't really rename, not even stand up but pushing you can because it's already above all of them. Okay, so pushing. Do you really need a pushing animation? God damn it. I never did this in my own games because I just found pushing to be like an absurdly useless mechanic. Do not use pushing in your games. It's just such a dumb mechanic. It's so slow. I hate it. Nobody likes it. Why do I need to push this one rock? Okay, there's an invincibility down there. That's cool, Sonic 3. But Sonic 1, you gotta mandatorily push this fucking rock into switch and then slowly wait for this spike platform to go up. And yeah, that's fun. You know, like if you're gonna waste my time but give me a reward, that's cool. It feels good. But if you're gonna waste my time just so I can progress and just move on with the fucking game, then no, it feels bad. Give me the option of pushing. Don't make it mandatory. Hate pushing. It's bad on Freedom Planet. It's bad everywhere. It's never good. I'm talking about the Angel Island rock. The flying battery spike is like, it's also bad. You gotta push it. It takes a while to push. Pushing is super slow. And by the way, I never actually did the flying battery spike. I didn't even know you could move them until a while back. Oh, you'll launch wall spring? Okay, that's probably a glitch. That shit technically doesn't count. Oh, the wall spring, right. Yeah, no, fuck that. Just make the regular spring. Because you never know when the spring is actually gonna move you, I think. Or something like that. I don't want to push against the wall to go fast. Just make me go fast. Or make it a slope. Just make it a fucking slope. Make it something else. Have it be more fun. Instantly going fast can be fun. Right, where's the pushing? My god, if it doesn't have pushing, I'm gonna be like super fucking happy. I don't think it has pushing. Am I missing it, guys? Please help. It's so useless, it's not in this sheet. I love it. It just isn't. I love it. Oh my god. Am I seriously missing something? I'm not. Yeah, sure, you'll be dumb if Sonic is just blindly walking into a wall. Just don't... Oh no, there it is. I'm a fucking idiot. I hate pushing. I'm doing this shit fast. I don't need one of those. Alright. This is so boring. Where is it? It's right over there, it seems. Now, think about the pushing animations that the hands need to be synced. I'm not gonna bother much this one, but they need to be roughly around the same position. So I'm gonna use Sonic's cheeks as a reference for this one. See the pixel right over here? Just need to be touching it. I hope Sonic's cheeks line up with the hands. They should. Yeah, there we go. I also hope it lines up with the pink. With the pink line. Please line up. Can't even tell. Fuck. It so doesn't line up. No, it's 1 pixel. Okay, it's fine. But no, move 1 pixel. 1 pixel. Here. It was 6, right? We got it, guys. We did the pushing animation, the most vital mechanic in this game. So useful. I bet a lot of people beat Sonic 3 even like thinking you didn't even have like the pushing mechanic didn't even exist in that one. It's like it's barely in Sonic 2 as well. Alright, cool. Now it's time for a spin dash. Oh. Been here for an hour? Okay, spin dash time. Now, do you need to get this right perfectly? Not really, but it's good that you do. The doubling part is animation. Spin dash is... most frames of the spin dash usually look alike. So sometimes it can be a little bit hard to tell them apart, but the Sonic spin dash shakes a little bit. It's hard to notice it, but it does. Frame 1, frame 2, and as you can see, it does have a little animation of like a little blue streak like spinning around. Just so you know something's going on. This one is blue streak down there. You can see it over here. Things can get a little bit confusing, so bear that in mind. There's this one, now it's this one. Oof. Okay, how can we get back the old one? We can't. Fuck. You know what? We don't really need it, do we? We do. Alright. Don't be afraid of skipping this tutorial forward if you're watching this in the future, by the way. This shit fucking sucks. I ain't having fun. You're gonna be having a lot more fun later on, but right now, man, you know what? I'm probably gonna be here for an extended period of time because this is boring. Alright, they are almost exactly all the same height. So I think you can just apply the same coordinates. As you can see over here, I'm just copying and pasting them. And it'll be fine. Okay, so you can't mass copy them, unfortunately. As far as I can tell anyways, if you select all of them and you do it, it just changes one of them. Yeah. That's an unfortunate thing. I wish you could change it in mass. But you can't. What the fuck? Oh. Good. There we go. There's a little spin dash. A little bit odd for some reason. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's something more to it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been a while since this spin dash, but basically it alternates between this sprite, a more extended one, and the regular one. So this sprite right over here is gonna have to be placed in between all of them. Make sure you can keep track of it. There we go, now we can see it. Now it's our cool little spin dash. Okay, let's save. That's why I tell people, you guys to save, because shit's boring. It's really fucking boring. Okay, let me... Oh, ledge 1 and ledge 2. Oh boy. I'm crouching, looking up, standing up. Have I not done it? I think I just forgot. It's normal. I don't have to send a super chat, dude. It's fine. Alright. Okay, so we really only need the first frame. Since because, you know, the half part of the body is exactly the same in both sprites. So we really all just need to just sync those up. And we should be fine. For example, you can see that this sprite is at this specific pixel. So we think you can just put it over there. Oh no, Sonic raises his thing. Cool. Okay. Gotta put it in the empty pixel on the bottom. Should work. Move him a little bit. Yeah! See, the feet need to remain still when you're doing something like this, because Sonic doesn't really move his feet when he looks up. You guys gotta remember this, because one of the things that might happen is that some spriter might be willing to help you, and then you know you're gonna implement the sprites into the game, and it looks like absolute garbage. I don't think the spriter is gonna be very happy. So make sure that you know how to do it, you know how to implement things right. Right. Click OK just so it saves. If you don't click OK, it doesn't save. You gotta click OK. Alright, springs. I'm just gonna use a basic spring spray. I'm not gonna do something too fancy. Could just use the CD one, but it's a little bit complicated. Should I use the Sonic CD thing? It's technically only 3 frames. No, 4. Eh, let's do it. It's only 4 frames. Famous last words. Like, it doesn't look like 4 frames, but this one's just a mirror version of this one. So, and this one is a mirror of this one. So we don't really need them. You can just flip the sprite. And we have this one over here for some reason. Don't really need it. Wait, I should have done that. Oh, damn. Okay, let's do it. Imagine the engine with a wisp power upgrade? No, no more wisps. Oh no. Whoops. Oh. Oh, the string died there for a second, guys, but it seems to be back. Whoops. It's not my fault, really. Fucking ISP. Yesterday it went out for like almost a... Oh, it was like a really long time. Like several hours. I hope it doesn't do that again. If I go out for no reason, that is why. Oh shit, Sonic CD's spinning animation is 3 frames? Damn. Okay. Let me just get things right. Alright, this one, and then it should move on to a different one. I think it's this one, but flipped. Oh man, it doesn't even have a sprite of Sonic facing backwards. Does it? Not really. Such a little amount of frames. I'm surprised they got away with it. There it is. Will it teach us how to put powers on the character? Yeah. Depends on what do you mean by powers, really, but... Yeah, it would do something. It would do, like, punches and kicks. And maybe even a projectile if necessary. We can do some fun stuff. I don't even have to flip it. Do we have to flip it? Doesn't look amazing, but then again, I didn't think that this spinning animation looked particularly amazing in CD either. So, can't really say much about it. Oh no! Carnival Night Barrel. I could just do this later on my own. Hanging. Skidding bars. Oh damn, there's so many. We're almost done though. Don't worry about it. Might not replace all of them, but... Okay, so you guys seem to want me to put powers on the characters. Okay, what kind? Please tell me. What? That's not very hard, by the way. It's just like adding anything else. Getting a wall jump. Wall jumps are complicated. Oh yeah, I can't combat. No. Flight is a little bit complicated, but might is wall jump. I'm not gonna be adding a wall jump. Wall jumps are complicated, and also, I think Shadow already has a wall jump, so we can just edit from that one. It needs to be something that's not like a little attack system that's better than what Amy has, because Amy just seems to be kind of broken. I don't know why. It's just weird. I really don't know what's going on with Amy. So I didn't make Amy, so I really can't make her all that great. And then again, why would you want Amy in your game? Just. Why? I can see the use for Shadow because it has the boost. A lot of people like to put the boost in their games. So... Shadow has a wall jump as well. Pretty sure it does anyways. Oh yeah, little thing about the skidding animation. It's flipped. It's usually flipped. So this direction, Sonic points in that direction. Right over there. Instead of over here. So it's a thing. Let me get this one as a basis. Oh yeah, let me brace you guys for something real quick. So you think, if you think what we're doing right now is tiring as fuck, well, you haven't seen anything, dude. Oh, you guys are gonna cringe at how bad it is to add a character in the code, because we're gonna have to do that. And boy. It's like I'm embarrassing myself in front of everyone doing this, because it's the thing. Let me see, is it fun? It's fun. I can't copy the coordinates all that well because it's different for this one, but I'm just gonna do it just so it gives you a general idea. Why is it over there, damn? Sonic actually goes down on this one. The feet need to remain still. In this one, the feet do need to remain still, so... No! Let me put this one over here. And just sync up those two. Am I on frame 2? Yes. There we go, look at that. Now the feet are completely synced. They just don't move. That's all we need. This isn't the case for all skidding animations, but in general, yeah. There we go. Let me... No! I'm gonna change the thing. Oh yeah, by just clicking anywhere on the screen, once you have the hotspot thing on, you might have a couple problems because it can just click somewhere and shit, I lost it. Then you're not gonna know. Favorite song from Spark? I don't know. Maybe Luna Bass. I really don't know. Just the one that I have in mind at the moment. Ledge. Okay. Corkscrew. Peel out. We're gonna have to put a peel out, I think. I really don't like the peel out. Okay, so here we have grinding in bars. I'm really not a fan of this one. People seem to like it, so let's just add it in. If it's here, there it is. Man, I'm already phasing out. Is it this one, really? Is this just one frame? It's 3 frames, but... we can be cheapskate. Who cares? Let's do 1 frame, yo. Nobody cares, it's Sonic on bars. Okay, so it seems to be over here. Okay, you see that the hands move up? I need to sync up those with the original. Yeah, let's do it. Right, we got it. There. No! Oh! It's like playing a video game. No, it's not. It doesn't have the drop dash, but I released ATS-DX, which does have the drop dash. So you can just copy and paste the code. It's different than the drop dash in Mania for the most part. Basically, in ATS-DX you can hold the button to do it, but not in Mania. In Mania you have to tap the button again to do it, and that's something you can easily change on your own and just copy and paste that into your own engine. But you know, to do that you need the basic knowledge of worlds and where everything is and whatnot. And we're gonna, I hope to teach you guys that in this tutorial. Not in this tutorial, but in this tutorial series. Whatnot. We've been here for an hour and a half. This shit is time consuming as fuck. This one, I should probably just add the sprite. It's not very hard at all. Go for it. Hanging bar is often used to a very nice effect in the original games. Man, I fucked it up. So why not? Problem is when we're gonna add the corkscrew animation. Boy, that shit's gonna be fun. Oh, I don't even want to do it. In fact, I might cheapskate on that one as well. Who knows? I can teach you guys my Photoshop method with that one, so we don't have to do it via Quick Fusion. And at the same time, I get to teach you guys how I do it in the normal way. At least my way. I might convert stuff over to simple worlds plus... Well, I'm not gonna be doing a boss. At least I don't think I will be doing it, because there's already a boss inside of Not So Simple Worlds, and it already has all the tools you need to make a boss. I think a guy made like a whole boss rush game out of that. It's really not that hard, but I'm going to be like, I should probably do something more with it. At least like when it comes to like projectile spawning and like not overloading the scene with projectiles, but still managing to do whatever you gotta do. Okay, so this is a little bit of a weird position for the hotspot, but I guess it's right. They position it on the hands. Nice. surprisingly easy to do this one. I just never really used the hanging Mars in this way, I think. Did I? Not really sure. I used something different for BTS and ATS, I believe. Floating, huh? Oh boy. Does it have floating? It does. It's only a couple frames. Or I could just use this one. Or I just use the corkscrew animation. Just go for that one. Should I do this one? You know what? I ain't doing this one. That's not for now. Because that one, we really aren't going to need it. Because I don't think anyone wants to put the Carnival Night Barrel in their games. And I know there's some other gimmicks that use something similar, but to be honest, that gimmick is just a very flashy gimmick. It just doesn't seem to be worth the trouble. At least not for me. That's why I don't put it in my games. It's relatively simple. It's basically a moving platform that cancels Sonic speed, but it sets the frame of animation to I think it's like, I don't know, you divide the angle. Can you do a reverse sin and cosine in it? Because if you can do that, then you can get, you know, from the moving platform, the current angle of it and just grab a frame based on that. Hydro City Barrel? Well, does Sonic really need to spin on it? If you're making a fan game, just have Sonic stop. Put a little goo on it and make Sonic stop. You don't really need to do a complex animation for a very simple action. The Mania team did it because they could, and they had the staff to do it. You know, it's a big team. And with fan games, even if you got a big team, it doesn't mean you can do that kind of stuff. More often than not, if you have a big team, that's more of a blunder than something that will really help you, because it's really hard to keep everyone in track. It's really hard to keep everyone working. You know, sometimes a core member is just gonna give up and stop, and then you're gonna be like, shit, now what do? I don't know how to do this thing that this member of my team did, and I'm fucked. Where's the gulping animation? Gloop, whatever. There it is. Working with teams is hard. That's why I recommend you do things by yourself, because then you can fully make your own Sonic game, your own personal passion project. No one else has to be involved. It's your game, it's your ideas, it's your plannings, it's your creativity. It's all you. You know. Ah, shit. Hit my mic. Oh, fuck. Check out that Sonic Forces music, guys. Any hype? Where was I? There. I actually really like this song, but the piece of it in the Sonic Forces soundtrack is garbage. It's super short. The good part is barely in there. Transform, huh? Technically we need one for this, but... Well, since our classic Sonic doesn't really go Super Sonic, because what goes Super Sonic is just regular classic Sonic. We're not gonna touch this one yet, because we're gonna need a classic Sonic sprite, a Super Sonic sprite, and we don't have that, so I'm not gonna do it, at least for now. This is the peel out animation. It's just Sonic getting faster. We just basically put all those three animations together, basically. But we can do that as soon as we do this one. I'm personally not that big of a fan of the peel out. I actually kind of like what they did in Mania, where they sort of combine all of them. But over here, we can just use this peel out over here. I'm usually not a fan of it, but let's just do it. It's gonna teach you guys something about animation too, so that won't be too bad. So let's keep that one. Right, let's find its equivalent. Okay, so it's this one. One thing that I really don't like about the peel out is that a lot of the times Sonic just isn't touching the ground. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing. In this case, I'm gonna make Sonic touch the ground and see what happens. We might need the main one for reference. This is tricky. Never done it. I never done something like the peel out. This is news to me. Let's delete this one. Don't really need it. This track, by the way, is from Top Gear, a video game with the Super Nintendo. It's called Top Gear Hiroshima. Or Hiroshima. Hiroshima? Whatever it's pronounced, I don't care. Yo! We're Japanese samurai now. Cringe. Am I cringing, do you see? I am. Like totally. 100% embarrassing myself on stream while being fucking bored out of my ass. Why am I doing a boring stream? Nobody asked, but I'm gonna reply anyways because I'm just fucking bored. So I make up stimuli so I can entertain myself. See what happened over here? I was trying to look for the peel out based on the frames, but because the shit is all fucked and the images aren't right, I kinda got lost. Yeah. Not very fun. Welcome to game dev, just in general. Thankfully it's just 4 frames, it's not a lot. Interesting thing about the peel out, Sonic is never actually touching the ground with the feet that goes backwards. It's always above the ground. And it's only touching with the feet that go, you know, in the front. The bad thing is though, every time someone does a peel out animation, they always make Sonic float above the ground. It looks awful all the time. And I don't understand it, but whatever. It's a mistake, probably. Just I'm assuming it is. Okay, so let's do this one by one then. Oh yeah, if you delete frame, every animation has to have a frame. If you delete like the last frame, like an empty one just shows up. Okay, let me do it at much slower speed, like 10. Nice. Okay, it's going up. Shit involves a lot of hand-eye coordination. No, it doesn't. It involves a lot of nitpicking. He's going up by 1 pixel. Good. I think I got this one right. Alright, let me check out this one. Oh, gonna have to have the pink line as well. Seems right actually, and I've gotten it right in my first try, which is impressive. Like holy shit, I don't often do that. I don't even know the order of the peel outs animation. I'm just going on like whatever I got. Yeah, seems to be about right. Let me take out the pink. Get out of here, pink. You can make this line any color, by the way. Just make sure it's not like something that's the character has in it. Just make it something that is not bad, that you can tell what it is. Kinda see what's happening here. Lang's probably a peel out expert. He probably knows. I guess this isn't the peel out, it's just called the figure 8 animation, but to be honest, do you really care? Oh, I'm a fucking faggot. AP Porowashi. Amazing. Corkscrew. Okay. We're gonna do it my way now. Cause fuck this shit. Right. Speedrunning corkscrew animation. Here we go. Right, so Photoshop, it's opening. While it's opening, go over here. Get this thing. Can you just get the name of the damn folder? Stop. God damn it. Yes, locale. Copy it so I know where it is. New. No, not new. No. No. I gotta reset. Alright, so you guys probably seen when I was working on Spark. This is the way I do things. And then it turns out it doesn't have the corkscrew animation. Oh no, it does. Thank God. Right. So. Okay, so Photoshop and pixel art is a little bit tougher. Okay, so first of all, this tool over here, which is the tool that selects like similar pixels around it. If you don't check out this thing, which my Photoshop is in Portuguese, but whatever, it's this thing over here. And it will select all the pixels of that color, all of them. So, and by the way, the tolerance you need to change it like 1, something like that. It needs to be a very small thing. And then you click on a thing and just delete all of them, right? And this thing, which is a anti-aliasing, I think, completely just disable it because for a pixel art you're not gonna need it. Same for the box selection too. No, I don't think box selection has it, but still. Right, so we're gonna open a new image. Let me just. Okay, so here's a little fun fact. So we're gonna copy this thing with Ctrl+C, and then I click New. It creates an image that has the pixel size of exactly the same as that little sprite. So I can use that as my basis. Usually I just make a sprite around like a similar size of that one. In this case I'm gonna make a 64 by 64 sprite. My Photoshop is a little bit weird. It shows the window in a weird way, but it's okay. Okay, so it shows the window. I'm gonna copy my thing in there. I'm gonna do this with all of them. So, just copy and paste it. And I'm a lot more used to this since I used to do it a lot for Spark. I mean, not a copy and pasting from a sprite sheet. I used to draw my own sprites, but still. And just copy all of them. Since there's a lot. This is the way I do it anyways. Right. Now I have all of them. Now here's what you do. Completely make all the layers invisible. You go in Window. And then you go in Timeline. There's a timeline. But there's two types of timelines. There's animation timeline and video. Just go for animation. And then you click Create. And then it's gonna create. This thing's fucking complicated. Okay, so there's this little box over here, and this box can fuck you up hard. Cause basically, this box means that I'm not gonna touch it for now, but if you click on, if you have a sprite, and then I think what it says is that it changes it in every bit. Okay, so I hate it, but it works. Okay, so here in the timeline, you have one frame, right? And if you click on this thing, we can make a new frame and a new frame and a new frame. But basically, if it has this thing checked, it's gonna affect every single one of them, you see, right down there. It's not gonna affect one of them. However, if we go in this frame and we change it, it only affects that frame. So here's what we're gonna do. Which you have to keep in mind, like the first frame. You don't change anything in the first frame or else it's gonna fuck. Oh, for example, I'm gonna make this sprite available in this frame. It becomes available in all the frames. So don't do that. Just make the one available and then make all the frames, make them empty, like this. And now you go here, frame 2, make visible. Second, make visible. This, make visible. This, make visible. And you can already see it's already starting to form. And if you lose track, just go back and click on it, see the one that you need. Or you can just check out the layer name. Right, so those, I think you can affect all of them, yes. Right, so you're in a frame 8, now frame 9, now frame 10, 11, 12, and 12. That's it. And now if we click on play, there it is. There's a little animation. And by the way, we can just go into every individual frame and just move it around as much as we please. And we can go and tweak it. We can just tweak the little animation. Just tell it to loop forever, it's gonna loop forever. There we go. Now, what we do is that we're gonna hear export, and then we go and apply video rendering. And it takes a while to load. It's weird, right? You're gonna render a video inside of Photoshop, but that's exactly what we're gonna do. Like a lot of animators actually animate straight in Photoshop. It's really good. Okay, we need to change this to a sequence of images. Of Photoshop images. Make it PNG, set the initial number to 0, and digits, it's the digits that go above the file, and it already names everything like that. You name it somebody else, and then it's Sonic Pork. Yep, I clicked enter by mistake, but it did it. So now, when you go into Fusion, wait, where did I did it? Okay. Right. Oh, I fucking did this in completely different folder. Okay, so you gotta click on here to select your folder, right? And we're gonna go into the similar folder that I went for the. Okay, it's the reference folder. Right. We're gonna name it Sonic Pork. Put that shit in mind. Now I just click enter. It's gonna apply. Sometimes it might take a little bit of while. Yo, check this shit out. All of them are right in here. That's fun. Right? And then you click at one of them, you set import as animation, and there we go, it already finds all of them, and you can already see all of them over here. It just finds out by the number. And now we can change the center of mass, which is the hotspot. It's called center of mass in this case. We could just put it on center of mass, but we're gonna put it on center, just regular center. Click OK, and you have the corkscrew animation. It's already here. But now we need to set up the hotspot, because the hotspot is not set. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna get one frame of it. Is this right? Oh, it has a different one for going back. Oh, I don't think the sheet has that. It only has one direction. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. It's fine. This sheet is incomplete. God damn it. It actually is incomplete. Okay, so we're gonna get. Let me copy all of them. I'm gonna cancel this, just so we have the thing. Hopefully, I didn't lose anything. Did I lose anything? No, not really. Did I? What the fuck? Oh no, we didn't. Did I? Oh, we did. We lost this thing. Because I didn't fucking click OK, I'm a bastard. I'm a bastard! I hate myself. Okay, but it keeps the thing. That's what we need. This is fine. Okay, so we're gonna grab similar frames over here, in this case. And then all we're gonna do is that we're gonna get where this is. It's right in one of the back spikes, and it's almost the same exact position in ours. So all we need really is to. We might not even have to move. I don't think we have to move it. I think it's almost the right place. So we're not gonna even change it. Yeah, there we go. It's already there. Right, and here's what I was gonna do. Remember the float animation? Bam, let's put this thing in there. It's like this in the original. Isn't it? Hey, we knocked two birds with one stone, alright? But that's how I do it in Photoshop, by the way. There's a lot more I could teach you about working pixel art in Photoshop, but this is it for now. Right, so peel out. We're gonna have to do it again, unfortunately. Oh my god, let me just try to speed run this again. Alright. It seems to be just in almost the same position, both of them. So what was even the need for the pink line, really? I don't think anyone's watching at this point. I've been here for like 2 hours. Oh my god. Amazing lesson, isn't it? And this one, Sonic seems to go up by 1 pixel, so... Look, it's that one song from Kingdom Hearts 3D, my favorite. Actually, a little fun story about Kingdom Hearts 3D, I actually gave up on it. It was my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Then I played it on the HD collection and it just made me want to give up. I don't know why. It was just kind of boring, it was not as good as 2, and then again 2 is still very flawed. I mean, I think the combat in 2 is the best in the whole Kingdom Hearts series, but ah man, it's still not the most amazing thing ever. Like, it still needs a lot of improvement. For example, you can't cancel a lot of attacks really, only with magic spells, but you can't really like block or dodge out of it. You need to use a spell of some sort. I don't like that at all. Fun fact: Kingdom Hearts 3, or at least the demo of 3, the prologue with Aqua, it does allow you to do that, which is good, so they're learning it. Right, I did that. I speedran that thing, I did it. Right, we're almost done. There's 2 corkscrews animations, what? Oh, corkscrew spring and corkscrew form, same shit. Ledge, okay. I'll see how it's flipped as well. This is pointing in this direction, but Sonic's not pointing in this direction. Keep that stuff in mind, because in some cases things are just flipped. So, let me try to speedrun this as well. God, I didn't want to add the damn thing. Guess if you click space, it just adds it. Don't click space. Okay, where is the thing? There it is. A lot of people seem to put this specific sprite in their game, so at least I'm already doing it for them, so they can do it. You can copy and paste this in your own engine. I'm gonna be doing all of it, so. I hope it's the fucking same so I can just copy and paste it. Let's start with this one. Right, no, it's not. God. Oh damn. It's in his fucking hand. Goes up by 1 pixel, I can notice. Alright, so this one seems right, so I'm just gonna use it to do all of the others. As long as you have one reference, you can do all of them almost half of the time. No, don't do this. Do this. That's why I don't like doing things in Clixing Fusion directly. I prefer doing it in Photoshop, but then again, it's really good that it allows you to do this. sorry, I don't have time to upgrade after this equal DX. I just don't have time. I need to work on my next game, and I believe doing this tutorial is a lot more helpful than doing that. A lot of people, there are basically no Sonic World tutorials on the internet. There's like nothing. So I do believe this to be somewhat necessary. Alright, it's at the pink line again. It's a little pink line. A little very helpful pink line. Oh. God. So let's sync this one up if it's not synced already. I feel like I should probably have brought someone else in the stream to help break the monotony, but then again I want to teach people stuff, so it makes doing that a lot harder. What do you guys think? Oh my god, I need to do this frame by frame. Ugh. Of course it's not synced. Of course I fucked it up. Oh my god. I think I got it right like 5 times and I'm just being an idiot. There. Got it! Such an accomplishment. We're fucking done here. We are fucking done here. I am done. I'm copying this animation over there. We can just have a new ledge animation later. Who cares? What is this? Oh. Oh. I'm fucking done. Anyways. Okay, this is the character. And we did it. We did it, guys. We did it. Okay, now we're gonna do the worst has yet to come. Guys, the worst has yet to come. And we're gonna be doing it right fucking now. Right. Now we're gonna make our character playable. Are you guys ready for this? Oh. Hello chat, is anyone really here? Because, okay, this is the time we're gonna make them playable. Here we go. Let me close things and let's do shit. Get out of here in the video. Right, here we go. Here's simple Sonic Worlds. Okay, since we added a character, we're gonna add a character. We're gonna change a couple things. Never forget to change your version name of your engine, because you need to know, like, which version of the code you're using for every frame. So, because this thing is, every level has its own code, so you need to be able to just let me shuffle the playlist. You need to be able to keep track of whatever you're doing. Okay. Now we're going to actually get into coding, and I mean, now we're getting into coding, we're not actually going to code much. Okay, first of all, simple Sonic Worlds, objects management, player, and this is where we're going to start. Okay, so here we got this little M thing. I think what they did is kind of dumb, because they don't really need it. Because here's the thing, the variable character of player movement values, is set, or the blue M, is set to game character. Game character is a global variable that has your character in it. you don't need to, and by the way, this variable over here, let me remove it and let me add it on my own just so you can see it. You click on this thing, the gears, it's called special, the gears, and retrieve global value. And here's all of your global values. Game character, double click it. There we go. Game character. So you're setting the variable character of player movement values to it. This thing isn't really very much important because you can just compare it to the game character as in the global value itself instead of the object player movement values, which in my opinion is the better way of doing it. But okay, so is it on player initialization? Yes. Okay, so you see over here, over here you can see Sonic skin, Supersonic, Tails, including Tails is tailed, and several other things, except for Shadow for some reason. Shadow's not here, but homing target is here. But what we need to do is that we need to go over here and go in our Sonic skin, see player Sonic skin, Sonic EX, and destroy. Why? Well, we're not gonna actually destroy it, because here's what's happening in here. Over here, we're setting player skin Amy to the same layer as the starting point. This makes sure that our character is on the same layer as the level starting point. But I'm gonna lower the music so you guys can hear me better. But why am I destroying Sonic X? Well, I'm not. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna duplicate Amy's event, and the fact is, Sonic's object is of the same type as Amy, so I can just do this. I can just click on Sonic, drag it, and move it over here, and release it. There. Now I can just delete the destroy event, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna copy it so I can paste it, and I'm gonna delete it. Now we have added this event over here. However, I'm gonna do it manually in some cases just so you know how it works. So I'm gonna delete it, and then I'm gonna go over here, right click, insert, and then we select our character. Usually once you add a new object, it's on the bottom of the list. We're gonna click this object, we're gonna go in order and move to layer. And then we're gonna select the starting arrow. It's right over here, player start point. And then we're gonna go into, I think it's position, yes. Get layer. Okay. See, it's the same event. That's how you set it to it. And this is it's a starter frame event. So basically at the start of your level, it makes sure that all the sensors and objects are in the same layer as the starting point. Your starting point should always be in the same layer as your level objects, as in your collidable level objects. Your platforms, your rings, your monitors, and all those things. Right? Alright, so we're gonna go into character attributes, and here we have characters. We have a little character list. 0 is Sonic, 1 is Tails, and 5 is Supersonic. We're gonna be a little bit weird. We're gonna make 99 is Sonic EX. No, let's not do that. Let's make it simple. 6. Sonic EX is character number 6. So here's what we can do. In regular Sonic worlds, this is going to be much harder. I actually highly recommend you just copy this group into Sonic Worlds Delta, but it might not work. You might actually do some glitches. That's why I recommend you use this one instead. But doing this in Delta is going to be much harder. Okay, I'm going to just teach you how to do this in Delta. So basically what we're going to do is that you're going to get Sonic's group, or any of them, depending on what kind of character you're making. If you're making a character that's like Tails, you should copy Tails' group. Just for the sake of it, because it has several other things. And by the way, see what I'm doing here? I'm copying it, copy, and then paste, and it's nowhere. It's not even inside the group. Why? I don't know why this happens. This is a glitch that has been with Clicking Fusion for ages. What you have to do is that you need to go into the new condition thing, just click on it, just so you're highlighting it, and then you paste it, and it shows up. Copying and pasting groups just sometimes flat out doesn't work. And now we need to drag it all over there. Right. Now in Sonic Worlds Delta, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna just name it to your character. And here we go. See the M variable, movement values? Well, you set it to 6. And you do this for all of them. For all those events. And now you set the properties that you want. I'm gonna go, my mouse is a little bit weird. I'm gonna go in depth to some of those variables now, just so we know what's going on. And you can do some little things with Sonic EX. But yeah, you just set it to 6, to character equal to 6. Basically what it's doing here is that it's checking the character, and if it's character 0, it sets the stats to the Sonic stats. Those things over here, by the way, comments, you can delete them as much as you want, it doesn't matter. But they're good to keep things in track. So Sonic EX, this is how you do it in Delta. You just need to set a 6 for all of them. Let's do it in Simple Worlds. Here's what you do. So Super Form is character equal to 5, Supersonic is 5 is character 5. Sets that over there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy this comment, I'm gonna edit the comment, I'm gonna say Sonic EX. I'm gonna copy this. It's very useful to copy things, but I could not copy it. I could just go in and insert a new line, and then I could just go for M, or I'm gonna do it my way. I'm just gonna compare it to the global value of game character, choose value, it says over here, game character, equal to 6, and you see over here, choose comparison method, equal, different, lower, equal, greater, equal, just choose 6. Just choose equal in this case, and 6. Right, click OK. It's essentially the same as this, really. You're just, because this M is always set to game character, it's always the same. It's kind of redundant in a way, but whatever. It's just the way it does things. It's to get things to be a little bit more normal, I would say, but whatever. Now, what we can do is that we can set, because okay, all of the necessary stats are already set over here in the always group, in the always event. Always means all the time, and as I've already explained way back, in the previous one, always means every time. So basically, code runs at 60 FPS. Every single line is read and done at 60 times a second. So this is being set 60 times a second. We do this because we can change characters on the fly. So we need to be setting those variables on the fly usually. There is better ways of doing this, but this is Quick Team Fusion, so we're gonna do it this way. Alright, so okay, let me not copy and paste that. Alright, let's set the variables we need for Sonic EX. So Sonic EX is gonna be like a type of classic Sonic that's just faster and more agile and dumber and like and just kind of stupid and fun. So let's just do that. Okay, so we're gonna click on movement values, M, alterable values, set, and then we can change a variable we can change. A lot of the stats are in movement values, some are not in movement values, they're in other variables such as the orange or yellow A over there. And we're gonna set our top X speed. And as you can see over here, there's top and max. What's the difference? Well, as I said back then, top speed is the maximum speed you can run at normally. Maximum speed is the maximum top speed that you can get in general. That's your maximum cap. You cannot go faster than that. And you gotta be careful with your max speed. Don't set it greater than 16 or 32. And I know that I don't follow that myself a lot of the times, because the thing is, setting your max speed to 16 means that your character is running at 16 pixels a second. So if you have a wall that is around 16 pixels wide, that means your character can just phase through that wall. That's bad. You don't want that to happen. And not only that, but you can get your character inside of a wall if you're going too fast. So you gotta be careful. But still, I'm gonna set it to a bigger thing. So here, by default, top X speed is 6. I'm gonna be a little bit different, set it to 8.5. Right, and maximum speed, I'm gonna be a little bit of a retard and set it to 20. Never go past 32. That's all I'm gonna say over here. I think in Spark with the board you can go like over 50. You can go like 100 pixels a second. And yeah, you're gonna clip through a wall if you ever manage to do that. But since the way the level design works, you really aren't able to just all that easily. So landing conversion factor, rolling up slope factor. I want to change the rolling conversion factor. Okay, so rolling conversion factor. Rolling is weird because rolling means no, it's not weird at all. The conversion factor, or landing conversion factor, in this case it's rolling conversion factor, is when I think you roll on a slope and it multiplies your speed by a certain amount. And in this case, I want to make it 1.5. The landing conversion factor is the way Sonic converts speed from falling to running after you drop from a slope. I already went into this before, but you should know what it means for the most part. Spin dash max speed. Let's make him go faster. Let's make him go at 16. Should be also a peel out thing, right? Or not? Is there anything else I can change over here? Not much, really. Oh, X acceleration, right. Let's make Sonic go a little bit faster. Let's make it go 0.7. By the way, I know those variables look weird. They do look pretty weird, but it's just how they are, surprisingly enough. Keep deceleration and X acceleration the same variable, because that's how it is in the classic. As I already mentioned this before. Now, we still haven't... okay, so don't forget to save. We still haven't our character in the game. He's still not in there yet. And we're gonna put him in there. That's gonna be a while though, because now that we've done the character attributes, we gotta do a couple of other things. Let me just look if there's anything on over here. I don't think so. Okay, so you can't ignore player movement. Nothing really happens in there for the most part. When it comes to the characters, player movement does all of the engine, but it's not needed right now. Neither control is. Sometimes you might need control. Not in this case though. So here we go. Player animation. It's an object management player animation. Now we're going to reposition skin. This is where your skin is repositioned into the float X's and float Y's. It's only one float X and one float Y of the player movement value object. So, well, we're gonna just do this manually for one of them, just so we can know what it means. So here, click on object position. Instead of going select position, you set set X coordinate to values A to M, and it's not here, so we go N to Z and float X. It's right there. There we go. So instead of we have to do the same for the float Y value, and remember, always checks if it's X or Y, because you can miss this. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste Shadow's event and just drag Sonic into it. So float X, float Y, Y is to Y, X is to X. I've already explained what a float is before, but I'm gonna reiterate. Float is like 0.001. It's a floating point in space, so it could be 1.33564. But positions in Quick Fusion are actually integers. So you're setting the position of your character to a float. That's a better way of doing it, but Quick Fusion probably automatically rounds that to the nearest integer. So that's good. Okay, so now that this is done, we're going to change direction. Now we're gonna set the direction of our character skin based on the actual direction that we are pointing in. The direction is set by a variable. This is the variable. It's direction of player movement values. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going there, character, direction, select direction, there. That simple, really. And I'm always moving it downwards. I can move it anywhere, really. I just want it to be in there. Oh, here's a little fun thing I'm gonna do, so we can make this better. Okay, so click on our character, we go in properties, and we go into about. There's a group over there, I don't know why, but okay, so you see the icon over there? We're gonna click at it, and you can see a little icon over there. I'm gonna get this bluish color. I'm gonna paint it. Now, when you go in the code, we can see our character better. It's there, you can see it. Right, so copy and paste this over here. There. And for this, it's mostly done in player direction. There's this. Now for the most time-consuming part. Well, we need to set our animations. This is change animation group, and this is where we change our animation to match a specific value. So the little red O over there, it's the, I don't know what's the name of it, it's called others, yeah, player others, but it has an animation variable. This animation variable changes the players, all of your character's animations at the same time. So you can essentially just change this variable, and once you do that, all of your characters will change into a specific animation. This is good because you can essentially just it's better for managing multiple characters. If you have only one character, you might not even need this, but if you have several, like Worlds does, then yeah. So here's what I do. Click on a character, animation, change, animation sequence, and then we put on the same as over there. In this case, it's stopped. So double click it, and there it is. Now we can copy and paste this everywhere else. See, stopped. It needs to match all the others as well. Make sure it does. So in this case, see that things differ over here. That's because in this case, this is the ledge animation, right? Ledge 1, ledge animation is equal to 1, right? So Sonic has a ledge animation, and so does Tails and Knuckles, but Super Sonic doesn't, and neither does Shadow or Amy. So in this case, our character does have a ledge animation, so we can just set it. It's in the list. You can just look into it. And there we go. So now there's a left ledge. Our character has it, so set it to ledge. In this case, it's ledge 2. Our character doesn't have an animation, but it does have the animation thing. So you might as well just set to it, because then if you want to add this later, you can just do it just fine. Right ledge 2, same thing. Right, now we're getting into walking and whatnot. It's kind of weird that it does the ledge first. No, it's okay. It's probably a quirk of Delta. Okay, so now animation is equal to 1 is usually walking. So we can actually see over here, check out Tails. It sets the animation to walking and set the tail itself to void. Void means nothing. It's an empty animation that is being set to. Empty animations can be tricky, you gotta set them up right, because sometimes you might set a thing to an empty animation, but Click Team might just bug out on you and just do nothing. It's weird, but yeah, they did it right for this one. And basically, in Tails walking animation, he has a tail in it, so you set the actual tail to void, so it doesn't look like you have like 4 tails. Okay, animation is equal to 2. Well, it's running. Weird to see Tails doesn't have it. Oh, right, it's because it's set later. Yeah, so isn't Sonic. Right, so okay, so I'm going to be making a new group over here, so we can group things a little bit better. Okay, so when Sonic runs, it needs to check his speed, so it knows which running animation he needs to play, right? So I'm going to be making a group. Insert, right click, insert group of events. Sonic run. And then I'm just gonna put Sonics in it. There's also a group for Tails. Sonic, the Tails run. By doing so, I can just minimize them. And this is good. But I'm gonna copy and paste Sonic's running animation. Can I? Should I? Nah. Man, whatever. I'm just gonna make my own. Sonic EX run. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, we need to check out the character, so we click on here, or click on change global value, not change, compare to global value, compare, and we're gonna check if game character is equal to 6, right? Because this is how the Sonic run works. It uses the M instead, it checks the character, it checks the animation, and it checks the speed, and then it does its thing. Right, so animation is 2, so we know that that's the thing. You can just, the order of events is important, but for conditions it's not as important than just the order of events in general. This condition event, remember this condition event. If this, then do this. Remember that. So here, the speed looks a little bit weird. There's this little abs in the front. I'm gonna teach you what that is. So over here, we're gonna go into M, alterable values, compared to one of the alterable, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then we're gonna change. We're not gonna change. We're gonna compare X speed to, well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna compare if it's lower than a value. But here's the thing, when you're running backwards, your X speed is negative. And this is something new I'm gonna be teaching you guys. The thing is, if your running speed is always negative, then it's always gonna be lower than whatever value I'm setting over here. So here's what you do. You put on abs. And this is interesting, but this is not what we're gonna do. I'm doing things the wrong way over here. We're gonna go into insert. We're gonna go in here, and then you're gonna go into compare to general values. And this is an interesting thing that we can do. If you click in here, now we see two dialog boxes. Remember those events down here? We can grab variables from over here. So basically we can just go over here, go into values, then go over here. X speed, we have our X speed over here. It's the X speed of player movement values. So what we do is that we're gonna type abs. It's gonna give us some abs. And don't forget to close the brackets in it. You see, there's like the brackets like highlighted, because it's the abs function, and it's doing the abs on this thing. Okay, so what does abs do? Abs stands for absolute value. Essentially, it just returns a positive value. So essentially, when your speed is negative, it's gonna tell you the positive of that. So instead of comparing when you were running backwards in the stage, when your X speed is negative, this function is gonna make sure that in this scenario, in this function over here, not this function, this event over here, this comparison over here, it's always gonna be comparing, like in this to this thing, greater or equal to the positive value of X speed. We're not changing X speed when we do that. We're just comparing to X speed by using abs, via abs, and then we can check if it's lower than, let's say, 5. I'm not sure what we're using here, but if abs X speed lower than 5, you just get your character in there. I think we already have the walking. Do we already have walking set? Yeah, it's equal to 1 is walking, so 2 is running. I guess running is already set or something. So I guess we're gonna have to use this. So 15. Walking should be like 16. Something like that. He can go really fast, so let me just put 20. We're just comparing the running animation here. If you're in doubt, you can just copy Sonic's thing. That's what I did when I first started. This is the thing that got me started on Sonic Fun Games HQ, by the way. This specific thing, I didn't know how to fix it. And by the way, look how I did over here. If it's lower than, oh, by the way, let me just set this thing over here running. Peel out run. Okay, so if it's lower than 20, set it to running. But if it's greater than 20, it sets to peel out run. But here's the thing, nothing is in there that sets it when the speed itself is 20. It's only comparing if it's lower than that. That's why we have greater or equal. Right? Okay, let me show you this in a little bit of more visual way. Here's what we're doing. Check out like a number line. Like 20 is over here. Oh, that's an amazingly drawn 20. Right? Basically, the thing we're comparing at is this. Or something like that. We can't do that. Instead, we fill this over here by adding the equal. If you can see in a more visual way. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. But yeah, let me check if everything is alright. Make sure you always check if everything is alright. Animation equal to 2, animation equal to 2, character 6 instead of 0. Right. Now for the jumping. And for the jumping, same thing really. I'm just gonna copy Sonic and then go for jumping. Stand up, we could just copy shadow and then drag your character into it. Crouch down, similar thing, copy shadow, drag your character into it. And now we're gonna do this for a while. This is not even the boringest part, but it's more rolling. Rolling, by the way, is set to jumping because it's the same animation. So now we just set hurt to the same one. It's falling. That's the animation. It's not always the same. Die. It's there. There's also a little comment here. It's actually telling you what you need. Let's He's drowning. It's bouncing. Drowning is bouncing. Fucking weird. Alright, so I'm setting this. I need to. Sometimes you need to check if you're not doing anything wrong. Even though I'm setting Tails flying animation, but still. Okay. Some guy over here in the chat has a name that's like a sentence. It's like a light novel name. Yeah, and by the way, I'm even setting Tails animations to it, just because in, like, I don't know, there's no need to do it, but we just do it just because. Knuckles fall, Knuckles lied. It's just so it doesn't set to like a null thing. There's like nothing in it. Because there are instances where you might glitch things out. Or not, probably not. Right, Amy hammer jump. Just do it. Even shadow is being set, so I'm like, whatever, I'm just changing it. Oh, oh boy. What? Oh, not. When I say on this I'm creating a new character, it's not creating a fan character by any means. I hope nobody got confused. I'm making a new character inside of an engine, which is just Sonic, but it's a new character because it has a different sprite set. So technically, code-wise, it's a new character. It's like modern Sonic and regular Sonic. Regular Sonic. All right. Oh boy. How long is this gonna go on? It has a stomp animation, damn. Alright. Now we're gonna go up all the way so I can close this group. So we know where we are. Alright. Don't forget to save, like always. Okay, if you can extract Spark's MFA, I would be very much like completely like holy shit you did it, because you can't. People did this shit for FNAF, but I don't think you can do it for, because you know FNAF was Multimedia Fusion 2 and not Fusion 2.5. It's a different thing. Okay, so change box depending on animation. That's something else. I don't even need to change it. Change animation speed. Now there's more to do. Okay. Okay, before we talk about this, if you can open the MFA and look at the quote-unquote code, this isn't code. It's a form of visual coding, but it's not amazing. And by the way, it didn't give up. Don't try to extract Spark and then copy it. People haven't done it with Freedom Planet, they're not gonna do it with Spark. Freedom Planet's easier too, because Freedom Planet was converted into C++. Spark hasn't. Anyways, okay, so animation speed is complicated. Right. It's actually not very complicated at all, but you see this event, restore speed of animation? I don't know what it does. I don't think anyone does. Especially over here. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go to Sonic Animation, and you can see that there's change and restore. Change changes things, and that's fine. But restore? What the fuck does this do? It restores the animation to what? What does this do? I do not know. I never know. It's just there. But okay, we're going to, in this case, gonna restore speed of animation. I'm not sure if anyone actually understands how this goes, but just do it the way Worlds does it. This somehow works. Just copy everything. In this case, you gotta just copy everything. Okay, so I might do this on my own just to show you guys. Okay, so when animation is equal to 1, this means that the character is Oh, I guess restore just restores the speed of animation to the speed that you set in there instead of the speed you set manually by code. So here's what you're gonna do. Right, so we're gonna go in our character. This is okay. We're gonna set the speed for the character walking. Going to animation. I'm gonna change speed of animation and see the way the others do it. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna go 10. So we set animation to 10, and then animation speed goes from 0 to 100, as you see over there. Plus, and we're gonna go over here, player movement values, X speed. But here's the thing, as I said before, sometimes X speed can be negative. So what we do abs. Just type abs. And there we go. However, shit might be fucked because player speed doesn't really go all that far. So what we do is that we times that towards the value. I'm not sure if we should do it this way. It should work. We times it times 7. Should be 7. No, let's go with 5. Basically, what it does over here is that it changes the animation to 10 plus 10 is just a base value, just a number, plus your X speed times 5. So essentially, the higher your X speed is, the faster the animation speed. So your character walks faster when you are going faster. So let me do the start of animation over here, just so I show you guys. Over here, animation, start. Why do you need to do this? I don't fucking know. I guess it works. It's just there, but whatever. It's always been there too. Speed tier. Oh, it has a speed tier value. God damn it. Where is this set? That's never set anywhere. I don't get it. Nah, it's not the same, I think. Almost. I'm just gonna copy this. Yeah, you're gonna have to tweak this on your own if you want to do it. I know we're gonna tweak it later too. Maybe not today, but some other time. I think today I might come back later because I need to take a break for a while because oh man, I need to use the bathroom. I need to go get some water. My throat is it's dry, but I can still keep going. If you guys give me a moment, you can come back later with the stream for. Maybe I should just rename it Lesson 3 and just do another stream after we're done with this and I get the character working. Right, so here is jump. Here's the thing about jump. It has this thing on it. Only one action when event loops. Remember that? Basically, the jump speed is set at when you jump. That's when it's set. And that's it. So I'm just gonna copy all the others. Just copy the way Shadow does it. It's in the bottom of the list, so it's easier. For rolling is just rolling, so... In fact, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit higher. Instead of 8, let me put 20. Maybe a little bit too high, but... Let's see. I don't know exactly what the variables are gonna be. This is mostly tweaking. So spin dashing actually puts a 5 returning. I don't know why it does that, but it sets to the spin dash rev, which is, I think it's the spin dash power you currently hold. So it's the power that you charge by pressing the button. So just set it to something, it's fine. I'm gonna make it a little bit higher because this classic Sonic EX and it's just powerful, more flashy. Right, shouldn't have done that. Flying up, that's for Tails. Whatever, we're setting every character to it, so I might as well. If you want to make him fly like Tails, it's already there. Alright, it seems as if we're done with animation speed. That's cool. Now, we're gonna go into change angle. Here's an interesting thing about angle. It's usually very smooth, as in it has a smooth angle variable to it. As in it changes the animation angle in a weird way. It has a round rotations. Oh, I do not understand this. Okay, so this is a whole bunch of math, as you can see. Right, but okay, here it has always or on loop rotates frame. Remember when we taught you guys about fast loops way back? This is a fast loop. Basically, it says that either every frame or when this loop is active, it's gonna set the skin to an animation angle. Except there are Mr. Lang legacy rotation. What? Did Lang make the legacy rotation mode? Why is this here? I don't know, Lang didn't add it to it. I didn't even know that was there, but... Okay. I'm gonna destroy it. Cause... No, I'm not gonna set it. Let me set it. Normally. I usually always add this a destroy event just so I can have a reference to it, so I can move it. I can just drag and drop. Just drag and drop. Right. But, okay, so we're gonna go into... Scale and angle, set angle. I go, where was it? Animation angle. So this is values, and then I need to find animation angle. Animation angle. So it's right over there. Right, so when you click enter, we see this. It's maximum speed or maximum quality. Enter 0 for maximum speed or 1 for maximum quality. Okay, maximum quality isn't that quality. Because thing is, 0 is it's called nearest neighbor rotation, and that's the kind of rotation you see in a Game Boy Advance game. As in, it rotates the pixels, but it looks kind of wonky, but it's pixel perfect. It's essentially pixel art rotation. If it's 1, however, then it uses anti-aliasing. But for this kind of art style, 1 with anti-aliasing looks fucking terrible, so don't use it. Never. Just keep it 0. Right? Alright, so let me just do this with the legacy mode. It's not really being used, I don't think. Okay. Here's the hardest part of the animation group, and it's flash while invincible. It's kinda dumb, but it exists, and it's the way it does it. Okay, so you see there's a group for every character, and they're gonna be making one for our own as well. First, we're gonna copy Sonic's group. I'm just gonna copy it outright, and by the way, I gotta copy it outside of every other group, so we can drag it in again. Right, so this is a little bit hard to keep track of, but let's check out Sonic's group. So Sonic's group has those 2 events, and this group is also responsible for making... This is what toggles the character being on and off, the character skin. This is the thing that makes Sonic show up or not in the game. This whole group. And it's the group that makes the character flash while taking a hit. It's kind of weird, but it works. Right? So basically here it checks if the character is hurt, has invincibility or whatever, and it makes the character flash. Or here, or otherwise just show normally. In this case, it just makes the character show up normally if you're not getting hurt. However, in Tails' group, the same thing is done except for Tails. But over here, in otherwise just show normally, Sonic is made invisible. That's all that there is to it. I'm not sure if you guys got it, but let's go into Sonic EX group and let's make it like that. Okay, so basically, we're gonna copy Super Sonic's Make Invisible and drag Sonic into it. Right, now we're gonna replace this event because you can replace it. Right click, replace. We're gonna go into Sonic, and I think there is, I don't know where it was exactly. It's visibility, yeah. Visibility, flash object, and there's a duration, and it's 10 milliseconds. I think, yeah. I'd never really used this kind of flash. I'm gonna probably do something very similar manually, just to show you guys that you don't really have to do it this way specifically. But yeah, so here essentially again, copy Super Sonic, replace it with Sonic, or you can just right click, replace over here, or insert. In this case you need to insert, don't make Super Sonic completely go away. Over here, visibility, make object invisible. And then we're gonna right click, insert, go into Sonic EX, table values, set, no, I did it wrong. Insert, supersonic visibility, make it reappear. Right, but there is not just this you gotta do, there's something else. See over here, character equal to 0. No, it has to be our character number, 6. And we are done. We have implemented successfully our character into the game. Now how do you test it? Well, let's go into the debug group and set. If we press the key 6, upon pressing 6, set your character to 6. I hope this shit works. I hope I did it right. Oh no, music. Oh. Okay, but first of all, let me just... set main volume to 20. Alright. Alright, there we go, guys. We're in the game. There's a little debug thing over there. Let's press 6. And nothing shows up. What the fuck have I done wrong? I don't know. Okay, so something is definitely wrong in here. So we need to debug. Here's a little fun thing you might do. In the debug menu, the debug bar over here, this is the thing that most people don't use. You gotta enable it down there, and I'm gonna show you how to enable it later. But it is here by default. You click over here, and it says Add Object, and basically this shows all the objects that are in our scene, and we can check it. Player skin Sonic, and there's several other objects as well. Player skin Sonic EX, it's right over here. So we can check where is it. Well, it's at X minus 128,489, and I'm gonna moving my character around, and as I can see, the player skin Sonic X isn't really changing. It's still there, right? It's still there. Nothing's happening. But if we go into animation, we can see which animation is doing, and it's working. The animation itself is working. It says crouch down, standing up, walking, and jumping, and whatnot. Right. But what's happening to it? Well, it's not being set to where it is. So over here, if we go over here into you click on Not So Simple Sonic Worlds, we can go somewhere. I believe it's the first one. Yeah, it's the first one, the little document with the check mark, and it says Show Debugger. Use it. It's very useful. And okay, so we're gonna go in Simple Worlds, Object Manager, Reposition Skin, and it's setting X to X, and it's setting Y to Y. Huh. It's supposed to be working. Right. This is odd. Let me check. Okay, so we're gonna be using the event editor, the checkmark one, the bad one, because it has only one great utility, and that is that we can search this bar over here, click on an object, and it shows all the events that affect this object. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay, it was that one group I skipped. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was a thing that happened in regular worlds, but okay, so we're going to go into player movement. It's going to go into Sonic Worlds, Objects Management, player movement, and then we're going to go into all of those, and we're going to check every single one of them if they have anything to do with the player. Oh, nothing in here. I think that was it. Shouldn't use what? Yeah, by the way, try avoid messing around with this group, because if you break it, you broke the physics, man. Weird. There's nothing being said. Oh, look at that. Mr. Potato Badger and Mr. Lang. Falling cases, end player movement, crushing. Right, where is it? Oh, this thing. Yeah, we shouldn't use it, but I also said that this is how we should do it. It's player movement and player sensors. Okay. Oh, it's not player movement routine, it's sensors. Right, I forgot about this. The only utility that thing has is searching for objects. That's all there is. Searching for objects in the code, which Click Team Fusion lacks a way for you to search for stuff. And it just doesn't have it. It has something like it, but it's not very good. Okay, so it seems like kind of a redundant event. I thought, at least on the previous version of Worlds, it was just one event that set the position of the character to it. Kind of odd, actually. I guess it's one way of doing it. Huh. It sets to y+1. I don't know why. I guess this is one way of fixing a couple things, probably. This is very interesting. I'm actually new to this. I've actually never seen this. This is a thing in the newer engines. Click Team Fusion does need search stuff, but it's never getting updated, so don't worry about it. Alright, 6. We got it! Check it out! We did it, guys! Animations are not absolutely perfect. They might need a little bit of tweaking, but there we go. Check it out. Got a little Sonic in there. Check it out. Look at him go. This is our little reward for now. We got it. Now you guys can see how I did it. It can't peel out, it really can't do anything. Oh, look at that, it's actually going up 1 pixel. That ain't good. I'll see it. It went into the peel out for like a little while. Let me just check how this thing is. Volume might be off for like a couple pixels. I just want to peel out for a while, see what happens. I don't think I will be able to do it. Oh god, I forgot that thing. Check it out. It still has that thing. Hey, we've roughly added a character in Sonic Worlds in roughly 3 hours. Oh, it was gonna transform into Super, but then it just stopped. Oh no, it can't have a shield. Come on. Kill me. Get the shield off me. Thank you. Oh, my character was stuck there for a second for some reason. There's something down here. I put something down here. What the fuck? Alright. Oh. Technically, I'm supersonic, apparently. Oh shit, son! I'm changing to other characters and my character is still visible. Well, that's a problem for next time. Which is probably in like an hour. So. I don't think I'm done with this yet. Now we're getting into the good thing. Is doing super farms in the same? It is the same way for the most part in Delta. In World 0.5, it's in not World 0.5. In Not So Simple Worlds, it's almost the same way. So far this is it. I'm gonna be back in like half an hour or so. I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna start lesson 3 soon enough because now we're getting to the fun stuff and I want to do it. And I still have some life left in me, so I can do it. I'll be back in like half an hour or so. Be right back.